Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
All right, so this is something in some tea good feels. Now, I have to go into conversations going in, and this might be, hello to everybody. How are you doing? My lovely families, RDC families and beyond. How is your week going? I want you to think about that for a second. Send the energy. How is your day going? How do you feel? What's going on right now in your world where you just feel like you're a banana peel slipping through life? Or what's going on where you feel like you just bounce off the walls with excitement? Let me know. I know you like those little emails you send. I'm just saying. Pero, but I want to get to this conversation. Now, it's going to be kind of like a little mini series that's coming on, but I wanted to get this out because energy is such a precious commodity that I don't have a lot of. And it's like energy. And it's been years of deflation because of it. So it's not like I've just had it constantly. Please believe it takes a lot. Even right now, it's just that. And it's not because you don't want to. It's because you don't have the energy to kind of distribute like that. But right now, for my RDC families, I always push it through. Rain, moon, or shine, funeral, life, accident, surgery. I always come through by the grace of God. We're on here. But I had some notes that I had taken, and it's kind of going to go into different ones. So I told you before with the transcription software that I have on my phone that is already pre-installed in my Google Pixel phone. No endorsement, but that's what I have. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to see how I can get the reading of it because it gets a little bit like I'm chopped up for words. So I kind of have to look at it a little bit more. But I wanted to start the first one with the doubting and the doubts. Now, I could have had this before. Oh man, I had deja vu about this right now at this very moment. Wow. And also the people in my life right now. Whoa, right now, as we're on this broadcast. Whoa, that was deep. I was actually speaking to all of you right now about this. Man, it's that deeper, not deja vu, but it's that deeper synopsis of, yeah, I was coming. We're going to be here already. You were going to be here already listening. I was going to be here already listening. Let's go. So I'm going to go from here. If you hear the AC, that's what's got me a little stuffy. Having the air on and then the fan, but it was getting up in upper 80s and I wanted to make sure it was cool and relaxed for what we had going on. So, no shade, but maybe we'll doubting in the hashtag doubting in the doubts, right? Well, let's put it that right now. But for example, we're telling ourselves, or in this case, yourself, if I go apply for this job, I can get hired? Like, really? Like, it's already a doubt form before we even get to anything else. The doubting is already there before we even get a chance to say it. And being able to have those things where it's just there, in its own blue moon kind of form, I say. I also had another conversation with that because I feel like we don't get on that cusp. We'll sit there and have that. And this is going to be a snippet. It's not going to be that long, but sometimes it's just jewel drops, food for thought. It's not about the quantity of time that are on these episodes. It's about quality of what's in the message. It should always be that way. Yeah, we can hang out, converse, and we'll be having some live chats and doing different stuff like that. Some tea times, some chill times, some mocktail times. I said it before, it's going to happen again. But I just want to say the doubting and the doubts is a real true issue. Because if you really think about this, right? Like right now, you could be thinking, man, maybe I could be here by next year. Maybe I could be to this goal. But you pass by a car lot. I can see myself driving behind that cool truck. Yeah, right. Man, with all the bills I got over my head, I'm not going to be able to see no truck like that. Sure, if ever in my lifetime. Like you let it live and then you kill it immediately. Just imagine if it was like that for bringing in an offspring in the world. This kid's gonna be phenomenal, on top of the world, greater than anything. And the next minute, oh man, they might turn out like Dahmer. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer kind of. Or what if they turn out like Hannibal Lecter? I'm just saying, example purposes. So the doubt and the doubt, the doubts within the doubting. Maybe I could make that meal for my family. Oh, I don't know. I mean, even if they're super criticized, oh man, it's probably gonna taste like crap. They're probably never gonna want to eat from me again. So it's like we have these manifestations that we draw up. We begin to live it and be it, and all of a sudden it's like, whoop, cut, nothing else, no more. Why do we allow ourselves to get to that doubt within the doubting itself? Like, why don't we do that? Like, even in California, I was trying to look at the formula and I'm thinking, how did I do that? I let it live, but I think, and what I believe, it went into his manifestational seed journey, and who we are spiritually connected to God also has a lot to do with that as well. That's why you have to be careful and cautious and selective on who is guiding you to that point, because God has his anointed and appointed for the appointed time. He also has his prophetess, his oracles, and his chosen ones. It's true. It's not just a YouTube cliche. If you're a chosen one, you're this and that. Well, people can categorize all of that, like empaths too, or the Hayok or whatever. I know the levels that I carry. It's been proven a million times over, and I know where the Holy Spirit is in my life. And I need to be more open to getting things more aligned to having that deeper. But I know what's working for the journey of how I'm able to be blessed and bless others. Not in the forms where people want to see billions of dollars pouring out of your ear and walking in a Bugatti or a Ferrari. But I have that in a different kind of spiritual form. And physically, I can have that too. It's just, I don't need to flex for no one to understand. They don't even know how to flex, right? The difference between knowing how to flex and you don't flex. The difference if you don't even know how to flex because you can't make flex. I'm just saying. We'll break that down a little bit. A ratito, pues. Let's go a little later. But I want to talk to all the listening hearts around here, because I'm going to segment this up just so you can get what you need to get from the flow of this. The doubting and the doubt. Oh, me and my partner just made love. I'm hoping to get pregnant. I can't wait to see the little bundle of joy, the body looking all cute with the little, plush outfits, and look like a little turkey baby, the pavitos and stuff out there. I can't wait to just have the baby bottles in the morning. Actually having the blessing to wake up at 2, 3 in the morning to feed my child. Uh, but you know what? I don't know. What am I talking about? I can't even get pregnant, man. I've been trying for several years, tried everything. The doctor says this, so it's like you literally have a conversation that you already see that you can't obtain in your own mind from the seed that you already planted there or that has been. And then you kill it even more. You pit it out. And I was gonna say that the manifestational thing in California, the journey, I believe too. Like I got a chance to have that spiritual nurture from God, and I painted the details. So, and the Bible says, make it plain and clear. Like write it down plain and clear. I did that in my mind. No, I didn't have a pluma. I didn't have a pen. I had a pen in my mind. I painted with my heart. I put the ink with my heart. And I saw everything that I wanted to be. I walked through the rooms. I saw all of it in my head. I literally was holding in, because unless it happened at that very moment that woman, excuse me, Susan, just existed out of 50 something or 60 years, just popped up because of my imagination. Suppose that was it though. Like, well, suppose we created the reality of someone else's existence and our existence from the fact that we were thinking about them being in existence. Ooh, that's a deep combo. We're going to talk the heck about that for TSMA. I don't know. We're going to go somewhere with that, because I already have a book series coming out where everybody can learn how to create their own books and so forth on a deeper level. But let's put those bars over there. You heard it coin first, Lexus T, boom, RDC. I'm just saying. But what if that's from that, I got a chance to manifest all that, her home, the contract that we signed for the leasing, everything. And even beyond, I got even more than I even imagined on top of that. Like, and it wasn't nice, but it was a place for me to be in transition on my spiritual death and come back to the Midwest at the time. I am, God willing, returning back soon to go visit my spiritual burial site and give respect from a new lens and eyes sometime some time ago. So I want us to get into that conversation with ourselves, ask ourselves, and see if we can stop the doubt before it happens. Stop it before it happens. Don't let it get to the point where it has so much power and so much alignment that it forces you to even, you realize that the doubt has so much more power, has so much more power. You give it so much more power than you do the creation of it. You literally are so quick to just, and I get it, the feeling just feels too unreal sometimes. You're like, man, what about me? What? Oh, but that's the Matrix mindset. That's the Matrix mindset saying only those things can relate. Like reality here is just us going to work and grinding. No, it doesn't. We don't have to be. We can be our own 1%, not those 1% or the 5%, but our own. We don't have to live in lack. There will always be people of different calibers and brackets, but we don't have to live without, just because we won't live within. We won't live within the moment and kill out the doubt or not even let it breathe. Suffocate the doubts that come up. Can I get that new job? Yeah, you dang Skippy, you can. You're Skippy Jiffy. Like we used to say back in the day when we were a kid. Oh man, yeah, I can get hired. Who wouldn't want to hire someone like me? Because I have integrity. I know how to do the work. I know how to put it in. Oh man, I'll make that meal for my family. Absolutely. I mean, get the ingredients when the time is right. Make it. Tell them. Let them know. Hype them up about how phenomenal it's going to be, and let's try it. And if it is not the best, let's do it again. But it's going to be great because I said it is. I put it out there, and I'm using the power and the gift that's been given to me. Oh man, it's going to be phenomenal. Am I going to have this business campaign that works? Absolutely. Am I going to have this prayer group that works? That's bomb. If I'm going to be able, am I able to feed the 10 or 12 people on the block that don't have meals every day? Absolutely, because I know there's enough of that story, stone soup. I know there's enough for me to get some vegetables and so forth together and make this broth and feed people. I know it's going to happen. Knowing and having faith and belief is also the recipe that we need to kill out the doubts. So let's not hashtag doubts within the doubting and the doubting within the doubts. Let's allow it to live for what it's worth and beyond. That's what I want to say on this one. Remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit. I love you. Food for thought. This has been a Lex Effect moment. Got to start using it more. Real Double Dose channel. We'll be back with you very, very soon.